Hello. We just want to discuss how to show profits for a competitive firm. A competitive firm exists in a perfectly competitive market. Perfect competition says that there are many buyers, many sellers, identical goods, and free entry and exit. You might even add perfect information. With many sellers and identical goods, all the firms will be price takers. And free entry and exit will mean that there will be zero long-run profits. All right, now we want to explore how do you actually show profits. Well, a firm that is a price taker will take the market price as given. Suppose the market price is equal to P1. The firm will then take that price and then they're going to use the profit maximizing rule. The profit maximization rule is that the firm should produce the quantity for which the marginal revenue is equal to the marginal cost. But with perfect competition, the marginal revenue is equal to the equilibrium price because they always get the same price whenever they sell the good. So the firm will take this price, P1, and then they're going to try to find the quantity for which the price is equal to the marginal cost. So you just go right over there until it intersects the marginal cost curve. And then you draw it down to find what will be the best quantity. There it is, Q star. Now, once we have the output level, we have to try to figure out what will the firm's profit actually be. To figure out what the profit will actually be, you just go and figure out how do we calculate profit. Well, profit equals total revenue minus total cost. But with total revenue is equal to price times quantity, and total cost is the average cost multiplied by quantity. We can just rearrange that a little bit. So we see that the price minus average cost, that difference multiplied by the quantity, will give us the firm's profit. All right, so if we go back to our picture, we see that we have the price, we have the quantity. We just have to find what the average cost is. Well, the average cost is, of course, a downward and an upward sloping curve, so it changes for every quantity. So what average cost are we going to find? Well, we have to use the average cost that applies to this particular quantity. So we have to find the average cost right there. So we can see what that average cost is. We draw it over here. Here's average cost. Let's call this average cost 1. And there we have it. Now we can calculate the profit. The profit is equal to price minus average cost, so that's this distance here, multiplied by the quantity, which is this distance right here. So obviously that's going to give us the area of a rectangle, and I'm just shading that in right now, and that is the profit for the firm. You can see that the profit in this case is positive. The firm is making money, and we can take that away and look at what will happen in the long run. So this firm was making profits in the short run there, but we saw before that you have free entry and exit. So in the long run, we would expect that other firms will enter and therefore bid down the price, and the firm will get back to zero profit. Let's see how that works. So in this example, here we have a long run outcome. The market price is P star, so you can see that right here. The firm takes that price as given, decide to produce where price equals marginal cost, which is this quantity. And in this case, the average cost for this quantity is equal to what the price is, which is why in the long run, profits are equal to zero. Now suppose something happens. Maybe income increased, and this is a normal good, and therefore we saw an increase in demand. I'm drawing in an increase in demand here. As we know from before, when there's an increase in demand, price increases. We have a new price up here. Well, the firm will take that price as given and try to decide how much to produce. So take that price given, go over to where the marginal cost is, figure out what the new quantity is going to be right there. And then to calculate how much profit they're making, you go back up, find the average cost at that quantity, and then you can shade in the profit. Of course, now we would expect that other firms will enter the market because they are making positive profits here, positive economic profits. So when firms enter, the supply curve will start shifting outwards, and firms will keep entering until the profit is equal to zero, which will be when the price is back to what it was before. So, once the price gets back to what it was before, they take this new price that's given, decide how much quantity to produce, it's going to be back to the same quantity as before, and profits will be equal to zero once again. Well, there you have it. That's how we find profits for a perfectly competitive firm.